Good afternoon. I'm the son of Latino immigrants, and today I'm college educated and I have a doctorate in psychology. However, the road to my doctorate wasn't so easy. There were many challenges that I had to face. And today I would like to share my story of perseverance and resilience. When I went to undergrad and I attended college, believe it or not, I was kicked out of college 3 times. Each time I was kicked out, I felt shame and guilt. I dishonored my parents. However, I tried to get back into school, and when I did, once again, I was easily distracted, I was not focused, and I would get kicked out again. And eventually I decided I needed a hiatus. I took a long break, and I went back to my roots. Throughout my life since a child, I did martial arts. And I went back to my martial arts school. And I spoke to my martial arts teacher. And I told him what was going on. And this is a story of my conversations with him and how he inspired me to go on and achieve a high level of education. I informed him that I was not doing well in college and I wasn't focused. I was doing other things that were leading me to wrong places, leading me to not go to class. And so after that story, he took out a piece of paper and he drew a mark, point A and point B. After he drew those marks, he did a lot of lines. There were a lot of circles and movements going on. And after about 5 minutes, the line ended right next to point A. And he said to me, "You see, you've been doing a lot of action. You've been working a lot, putting forth a lot of effort. But the type of effort that you're putting forth, 100 years can go past, and you still would not achieve your goal. You need to recenter yourself and refocus yourself, and understand the potential that you have within yourself. You're wasting a lot of time." You see, he spoke to me about the future, and he said to me, there are millions of people out there waiting, suffering, waiting for you to get your doctorate. Because they're waiting because they want to hear from you, or they want help from you. They want to learn from you how they can relieve and alleviate their suffering. And I started to think to myself, that made some sense. Today, I'm not a doctor, but my future self, if I put forth the effort, can achieve that goal. But in this moment, I had to truly believe in myself and see the potential that I had. And again, he told me, let me help you see that potential. He asked me a question. He said, why do people value gold? Gold is just a rock. Why do people value it? And I thought to myself, I did not have a good answer. And he responded, yes, gold is a rock. There are rocks everywhere you see. You don't see anyone diving to the ground and collecting those rocks, but gold is a rock. And he answered, he said, the reason why people value gold is because gold is rare. It is a rock, but it's a rare rock. And then he asked me, what is the rarest thing in this world? Again, no answer. But he responded, you are the rarest thing in this world. Who else in this world is you? There's only one you out there, and no one else is you. Therefore, you are the most valuable thing in this world. And you have to truly see that and believe that within yourself, that you are the one that can make these dreams come true. And then he said, let me highlight it with a story. People that practice martial arts and do Zen meditation like to tell a lot of stories, and I think stories get to highlight and illustrate good points. So he said, let me tell you the stonecutter story. There was a man who was a stonecutter, and he went to the side of a mountain, and he wanted to cut out and carve out a statue. And he's working there, and he's using his axe to carve, and that man thinks to himself, oh, these days are so dreary, I'm doing so much work. How much better my life would be if I could be something else. Something greater than what I am today, just a measly old stonecutter. And he looked up at the sky, And he saw birds flying so high, and he thought to himself, how free would it be to fly so high throughout the sky? I wish I was a bird. Just so happens that his wish was granted, and poof, at that time he became a bird. And he flew throughout the sky, so high and so free, to go wherever his heart desires, wherever he pleases. And he flew very high. And at that moment, he felt a great heat burning his back. And he looks up and he thinks to himself, what is this thing that is causing me so much pain? Oh, it is the sun. This great sun radiating heat and energy, burning me. Surely it is greater than I. Then he thought to himself, I wish I was the sun. Then poof, he becomes the sun. Now he thinks to himself, I am the greatest thing. I am at the top of the sky, releasing heat, non-stop, burning anything that I desire. Now I am the greatest thing in this world. And then all of a sudden he's releasing heat and his power goes dry. He looks down and sees, what is this blocking my energy? A cloud came in front of me and blocked my light. Surely this cloud is greater than the sun. I wish I was a cloud. And poof, he becomes the cloud. Now I can block the great sun. That's it, I've found it. The sun is so great, but I can block it with the cloud. And then a great wind came and blew the cloud away. Now this wind is surely greater than the cloud. I wish I was the wind. Then he becomes the wind and flies throughout the air, so fierce in fury, anything in my path, trees get knocked down, houses can be knocked down. I am now the greatest force on this planet. And then I came and crashed into a mountain. And I went back and I said, let me release my wind again, crashed into the mountain again. I cannot get through this mountain. Now, this is truly the greatest thing on this earth. I wish I was the mountain. Here I am now, the mountain. So strong, unmovable. Nothing can move me, nothing can uproot me. And then all of a sudden he looks down, feels pain at the bottom of the mountain. Something is surely destroying me and transforming me into something else. He looks down, it was the stone cutter. And you see, where you are, where you stand right now, you have to see and believe in yourself that you truly are the greatest thing on this planet. All things come from you. Don't look to the person next door. Don't look to what others are doing. Really, truly believe in yourself and see your true potential. Innately, you already have within yourself all of the tools necessary to achieve success. You just have to believe and dig those tools out of your heart. In order to dig them out, you have to have a plan. You should become the architect of your life. Without a plan, you're like a leaf in the wind. Wherever the wind blows, the leaf goes. If the wind blows east, the leaf goes east. If the wind blows west, the leaf goes west. You have no direction. You're not rooted. So you first must set your goals to create your path to achieve your goals. Now, on this path to success, oftentimes people look and see a man at the top of a mountain. He's achieved success. But they don't think about how that person got to the top of that mountain. They may think he flew to the top of that mountain. But no, there was a pathway that that person had to take. And on your road to success, we need to shift our mindset. Don't expect a smooth path. Expect obstacles. Expect them. You see, when life doesn't meet your expectations, suffering oftentimes comes. Complaints come. On the path to success, you will face obstacles. So expect them. As a matter of fact, want obstacles. Desire them. When you want something, you chase it, right? They're going to be there. So when you want it, your whole mindset changes. And you're able to look at these obstacles and have the heart to confront them and pursue whatever is in your path without any worry, without any doubt, without any fear. It is at that moment that the transformation occurs. Then you can transform your obstacles into stepping stones. And that will lead you on the path to success. If you change your mind, you change your life. How you view the world is the way you view yourself. So with this, he left me with another story. Many years ago, we had to go to a market in the center of town. We didn't have supermarkets, let's say over 1,000 years ago, to get your goods. There was an old wise man that would walk to the center market every single day. And every day, he walked by this house, and he saw this lady that was crying on a day-to-day basis. Every day, didn't matter what. And one of these days, he passed by and he felt compassion for her, and he stopped and he asked, "Ma'am, every day I walk through here. Why is it that you're crying? Can you share with me what's going on?" And she said, "Yes, I will share with you. You see, I have a son who sells umbrellas. And on the days that it's sunny out, he makes no money. And I love him very much, and he makes no money on days that it's sunny out." And the man said, "Thank you for sharing that with me. Now I understand." And he went on. The next day he was walking down the same path, and it was raining. And he sees that this lady is outside of her house, still crying. And he stops and turns to her and says, "Ma'am, today it's raining. Yesterday you told me you were crying because it was sunny out and your son who sells umbrellas makes no money." And she says, "I have a son, another son, and he sells salt. And on the days that it's raining, he makes no money." At that moment, the man had an enlightenment. You know, that little light bulb popped up above his head. And he said to her, "Ma'am, listen to my words carefully. On the days that it's sunny out, instead of suffering and crying for your son who sells umbrellas, be happy for your son who sells salt. And on the days that it's raining out, instead of suffering for your son who sells salt, be happy for your son who sells umbrellas. That way, you can always transform your life into something positive. You can see the positive in your daily life and not get stuck and hang on to the negativity that can imprison you and entangle you there and stick you in place, not allowing you to move." And so with these tools that I was given, I was able to really pursue my goals and my dreams and persevere and endure hardship. And at that moment he said, "Now you're ready to go off and try college again." So I leave you with these last words. On your pursuit to your goals, on your pursuit to success, do not be like an ant. An ant works hard all day, non-stop, for no rewards. Also, do not be like a spider. A spider just sits and waits for something to fall into its web. Instead, be like a honeybee. Go out and gather your resources. And with those resources, you make a lot of honey and you share them with your community. And in this same way, I was inspired to go on to get my doctorate in psychology, and I have shared the knowledge that I have gathered and gained with the community, wishing and wanting for their happiness. And today, I share this message with you and hope that you can find happiness in your day-to-day life. Thank you.